Do, 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 do. What's up? All right. Yes. Yes, the rumors are true. I'm a huge Marc Silvestri fan. I was going to do this live, but I think it would open up way too much conversation for as small amount of pieces as this is. So, yeah, here, I'm just going to get right to it. Here we go. We're going to check out some Marc Silvestri artwork. Super random stuff. If you're a big Marc fan, like I am myself, you might actually not know about some of this work here. Most of it is in print, too. So, all right, let's check this out. Check this out. Okay, so for starters here, let's see. This was for, let me remember here. This was for, what was it? Book of the Magi? Book of the Magi, I think it was called, or just Magi. Um, this is Marc just essentially jumping in. I imagine probably enjoying a coffee and knocking out a page in a couple of hours, possibly. Um, yeah, it's just super interesting. I don't remember. It's sort of current, I guess, but you can see here took a sketch approach to these pages here. Very obviously, areas like this right here. This is like very very standard Marc, like the hand and the face. The way that he kind of plank. I don't know what you call this, but where you don't have a seamless line that follows through the fingers. He uses some negative space to his advantage there. So yeah, this stuff's cool. I'm just going to kind of go through these. So this is page one. I tried to put them in order. Let's see. We got page one right there, and not entirely sure how they were printed. I think they may have been like a backup. I know that issue one did have a few of these pages, but I think some of the other pages were actually recycled. Um, or repurposed in later issues. Let's see, we got this page right here, page two. You got the stables with unicorns and I don't even know. You got a rhino up in there. But again, yeah, super cool. The artwork in here, especially this face here, it reminds me a lot of his Inferno stuff. But again, you could really see uh, brush usage. Maybe didn't really care to erase some of this stuff. Some of this looks like it's just pencil lead that may have been left behind. So, but yeah, it's definitely very cool work. I don't know if I would be excited if he did this on everything, but it is fun. These characters here, he also did cover art for this series, and this is very similar to one of the characters on one of the front covers, and we will get to that. I got that cover up here too. But yeah, these were just not very popular books. They were put out by Image, Top Cow, I believe. Um, yeah, these are just little quickie pages. I feel like they were drawn very quick. The whiteout here, all this stuff. Um, yeah, maybe just lending his own talents to his own project. But he was not very emotionally involved, as you can tell. A lot of minimalist work in here, and I think this was when he was kind of going through a style change too. He was getting more on board with like the Franklin Booth look of today. So I think this was drawn about the time that he did that. What was it like? It was after the Hulk books for sure, but maybe the Batman black and white cover, and then he was doing some other variants for like DK3 and some other stuff. But yeah, very cool, interesting. If anything else is definitely interesting. Uh, yeah, they feel almost like scratch layouts, like something you would hand off for someone to do finishes on. Yeah, the rendering in here, the rendering on this face makes me cough. Yeah, this, I don't know, like I feel like maybe he just got Had to practice a bit with brush. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but that's pretty cool. Yep. And then you got him going through this portal here. Wham! Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe he was going for something cartoony with these. So that's into that. Here we go. We got a 1980s. What year is this? 1989. Penciled and inked. Almost a Mad Magazine version of the Uncanny X-Men at the time. Uh, Comics Interview Magazine, number 76. This is one that some of you Mark fans may not have seen before. This was for Stan Lee's Kamikaze years ago. It's another very hard to find piece. Unless you were there, you don't really know much about this piece because it was a print specifically made for that convention. No criminal is safe as long as Iron Stan and Spider-Puss are on the job. So there we go. That's an octopus. So you guys know. So you got the black and white, then I got the colorized version too. I do not care for this piece in color. This did not get the right color treatment that it deserved. Oh, that's cute. Mark would he would draw their dogs right here, so he would draw them once in a while, according to Instagram. Here we go. Oh, Rise of the Magi. That's it, not Book of the Magi. Okay, so check this out. This is very interesting. I saved this a long time ago. I think this image has been scrubbed from the internet for the most part. So way back, I remember this was the first preview image that came out. Look, he's got some image board here. Rise of the Magi 1 cover. Super cool. Super cool. He makes this street dude look super cool. He's got a spray can here. He's doing some tagging. Notice right here. Okay. Notice the words. The words, all right? So you got die bitch. All right, let's see. And then here's the colorized version here, right? So you got this right here. Pretty cool colors. Who colored this? They did not sign it. I wonder. Might be Farhado, I'm not sure. And then the print version. Oh, Die Witches. They changed it up. This was a free comic book day comic, is maybe why they did that. Just because. There you go. Free comic book day. So, and I don't think that they reverted back to this version for the actual print version of the book. I'm pretty sure, I believe that they stayed with Die Witches here. So you got that. Might be a rarity. Here you go. Dikembe Mutombo back in the day. These Fanimation cards. And yes, I already know. You had Jim Lee did a few of them as well. These look very rushed, but you may not know about them. You can still get them for really cheap on eBay, probably less than $3 a pop. So there's the front of one. Here's the back of the same card right here. And I actually do own these. 1993 Marc inking himself for basketball cards. And then, let's see. I don't think I grabbed all of them. I grabbed another one too, though. But we're not going to talk about that, I guess. Anyone who had a Game Boy Advance, there was this game called... Oh, shit. Just spilled my drink. You got this game here called Dual Blades. And what a mess. Let's get a peek at this right here. You get the Dual Blades cover. If you look right here too, you can see Silvestri, right? You see Marc's signature right there. Not much else going there. Let's see here. This is a better scan that I found of it. This is a very hard image to find online, by the way. And when you zoom in, well, you can't see because here, let me see if I can take off this overlay over here. Get rid of that. There you go. Jason Gorder on inks and Nelson on colors on that, right? So there's that. And let me see here. This is another shot of it. This is the instruction booklet There it is. Marc Silvestri, Jason Gorder, and Nelson. I don't know if this is the same Nelson who was a painter, and maybe they went digital. I'm not sure. I have zero clue about that, but pretty good job. Blurry ass pick. This is the best pick I could find of this. This one, actually, you know what? This one's better. Oh, this one's just darker. Yeah, so we got this one here too. And by the way, if you find this game on eBay, it's about $200 to $300. If it's unopened, it's about $400. It's considered a collector, one of the collector games by gamers. This right here, why is this one showing first? So this was an Emerald City Comic Con print, drawn by Marc, colored by Arif, I believe. So I think this is Arif Prieto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct. So this was a print many moons ago. And you can see that Marc was already diving into the style change with the line art here and the musculature and the shading, getting away from that Jim Lee look and trying a little more something linear. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of got the King Kong theme, the airplanes, and all the giant image creations here. You got Invincible, Shadowhawk, Witchblade, Savage Dragon, and Spawn. And he draws a pretty badass Spawn. I'd like to see Marc drawing Spawn now with this style. I think it could be really interesting. Let's see, we've got that one. This was the pamphlet using the same image. So 2012. I did not do Emerald City in 12. I think I did it in 13, 14. So I missed this one. It's where they offered the print. If anyone's got a lead on a print for this, let me know. I needs it. This was the t-shirt for the show. Bam! Just line art. Pretty cool. I'd probably wear that. Inferno. This is an old school Inferno ad. A lot of people don't know this was illustrated by Marc. His signature is right here next to Terry Austin, but a lot of people don't know. I had a buddy that actually thought this was a John Byrne illustration. It is not. It's Marc Silvestri. Let's see what else we got here. Black and white line art. This was an advertising piece on interior pages for the X-Men Inferno, just the Inferno storyline, I should say. It was run through Spider-Man and New Mutants and all that stuff too. Here's the colorized version of it, coming this fall. It's probably about 40-year-old art right here, but it still rocks. This is a cover. There was an indie comic called Ion Storm. I don't know their secret. If you know their secret, let me know. They got a cover from Marc, inked by Livesay. There you go. Livesay? I don't know. But anyways, pretty cool piece. Cool design. Not, I don't know. Probably would have been better with bad inks, but let's see. Then we got Kick-Ass number 3 cover. We got Jim Carrey's character here. Pretty rad piece, drawn and inked by Silvestri himself. Here's a colorized version. I love the colors on this piece. I really love just these solid square shapes that were used in here. It feels kind of like an oil painting. And then you got the tint. You got that kind of purplish to red to skin tone. And I do notice that this colorist, it might be Arif, but they'll pick and pull some of the yellow and kind of airbrush it in here and there just to give it a little bit of a more realistic look. Because in real life, nothing is a flat color. Everything is reflective. So this is the print version, and I have both of these. This is a print version of the black and white variant, and then the full color cover of that book. Karl Malone. Silvestri drew his card, Fanimation. So there you go. You got the airmail. It's got basketballs falling out of it. Fighting robo-dogs. Delivering the mail. And you got the back artwork by Marc Silvestri. There you go. It's that. Another cover for Rise of the Magi. This is, I don't remember which issue. Bridget gave me 2 or 3 copies of this signed. I got the black and white and the color one because I couldn't find them at my shop. So thank you again, Bridget, for hooking me up with those. Back in the day, here's the printed book. I think that I think that this one exists either as an ash can or as a convention exclusive. This was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, limited to 500. Okay, so they didn't even color it then. Maybe that's it. Here we go, Rise of the Magi 1 cover. He was posting work in progress shots of this piece when he was working on it. Here's one of them. There's several more. I only grabbed a couple. Here's one of them. You could see Marc laying it out in a 4H pencil right here. And pretty much just attacking the contour shapes. Not really detailing anything out, right? So that's the beginning stage right there. And then it moves to some rendering. And you can now see that he decided to start rendering some of it. Working it out sort of like a painter. This dude back here, these dudes are not rendered up yet, but definitely leaning into some of the shadows, the heavy shadows, using a bunch of lines, right? Some of the background too. Yeah, so he worked all this in right down in here too. So you got that going, and then a heavier rendered version of it where the background is, and you can see here he was really leaning into the paintbrush, the fine liner version of it, but it's a paintbrush pen right here. And I'm pretty sure he's using the Copics, the aluminum Copics that have the refillable cartridges. So, and the ink there is I've said it before in some streams, like that's my reason I don't like using them too much is you get a 70 to a 80% black fill on them, and you can see where he kind of came in and worked over like some of these scribble lines that he was messing with. I just don't like seeing that on an original. I'd rather see like a flat matte black area. And then the colorized version, Marc's stuff in black and white looks better. Let's see, this was design work. I think this was printed in the back of Rise of the Magi 1. Some character designs. I don't recall this character being used, but this is the main character there. This is a pretty cool piece. I don't know if this was officially used, but you got Witchblade with, it's not Dozer, I forgot his name, Dane. Is it Dane? Anyways, Wetworks. So you got a Silvestri penciled Witchblade, and then Whilst Portaccio penciled and inked both. So he penciled and inked Wetworks, and then he inked Marc's pencils for Sarah Pazzini. This right here we go. Got a Spawn cover. This is for the La Mole, right? It's a big convention down in Mexico. The Spawn art book. Hard to find book. Pretty hard to find at a reasonable price, at least. Super cool. I really like this piece a lot. That's Marc. I have no idea what this was used for. This is a Fathom piece. It appears it was probably drawn and inked by Marc, or just pencil and straight to color. I'm thinking it was penciled straight to color and cleaned up by the colorist. I think that's Jim Lee's colorist, right? Sinclair. Here we go. This is another one you might not have known about. War Heroes. I think it's a Mark Millar book. I'm drinking whatever Monster didn't spill all over my desk. Luckily, I had no comics up here. Pretty cool piece. Pretty cool piece. So we got that piece there. That's the original. What's weird about this is I had an easy time finding a high res of this line art here. But then the printed book, I can only find small JPEGs of this. So this is the colorized version of the cover. Um, Sick colors. I really like this a lot. Um, Character's kind of I don't know. I like the design, but maybe if he was bigger, I'm not sure. Something bothers me about it, but a cool illustration. Um, September Morning. This was for a gothic industrial rock band. I got to see them out there in New Jersey. Got to hang out with the band a bit. Took some selfies. Talked to them a bit. They're good friends with Mark and Bridget, and Mark illustrated this for them. They were selling a print out there, and I ended up getting it from them. I don't like it. I don't like the colors. I do. I wish that they had just the line art here, but they agreed. I thought the colors were too poppy on it. It was this one here. It was this one here, and I was like, man, I don't know, just But anyways, I had the whole band sign it up in here, and then singer, what's her name, Emily, down here. Um, yeah, so that was a cool show too, by the way. And then they recolored it. They did a Kickstarter thing with Top Cow. There we go. So they recolored. This fits the book a lot better. It needs the more darker, straight out of a graveyard kind of look to it. Yeah, it's fun piece. And she actually looks exactly like this too. If you look him up, look up September Morning, and you'll probably agree. She, very much the aesthetic. He caught it. He captured it. The band doesn't look like those skeletons. So there's another one that's kind of recent. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know. It's Marc. Soldier Stories. There you go. One shot. Really cool rifle right there. Metal Society, another new book. Marc artwork right there. And that's my last one. This was a limited exclusive. It was a sketch only. They didn't do full color for Vetix organization. I know the dudes over there. They're out of Arizona. They do a lot of donations and help out a lot of war vets, people from the services. So cool cover is Fathom Blue #1, limited. It looks like to 50. So this book's probably not even attainable. But cool illustration nonetheless. But yeah, that's all I got. I think that's it. Yeah. So enjoy some weird art of Marc. Yeah. All right, guys.